Today, on our debut show, the inaugural Murder Gold Mysteries.
Woo!
We go back to the wild, wild west, where a French-Canadian dirtbag turns outlaw during the great California gold rush. This is Murder Gold Mysteries! I am the punk rock panner, my host.
Jason Momoa, Billiam, sorry.
You know, we'll just leave it at that. Hopefully we don't get sued our first one here, but...
Well, it's been a while since I've been on camera. I think the last film was Aquaman, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we can tell. Today, we're going to take a look at a man, an evil man, a bad man, and a young guy. A French-Canadian, born in Quebec City, 1833.
Oh.
So we're talking 23 years before Canada even existed.
Holy crap.
Quebec City was there, though.
Of course. They've always been.
He goes by the name Richard H. Barter.
Nice.
He had a couple AKAs, one being the Pirate of Placers. What's a placer?
Placer is, now you put me on the spot. It's where you mine for gold on the surface of bedrock and in gravels, so in rivers and streams.
So he's the pirate of gold thieving, people who go for placer mines. He steals from them. But his most important nickname was the Rattlesnake. Rattlesnake Dick.
Oh.
So let me tell you a bit about Rattlesnake Dick.
Are they little?
It rattles. Like I said, born in 1833. I'm in the 1900s already here.
Hey, wow.
In Quebec. He was miserable there, as I've been to Quebec. You ever been there?
No.
It's miserable, let me tell you.
Thank Christ.
And it didn't take him long to leave. He was actually moving away from Quebec in 1850 at the tender age of 17.
Wow.
After both of his parents died.
Holy.
So, what were you doing when you were 17?
Running away from my parents.
Oh,
it's because they were still alive. So it wasn't the town I was running away from.
But his parents kicked the bucket. 1850 in Quebec City. He decided to move a little ways with his sister, his brother, and his sister's new husband, I guess, at the time. And they didn't decide to move to Montreal or Toronto. They decided to move to Oregon.
Wow.
The other side of North America. And I did a little Googling. Quebec City to Oregon, 4,750 kilometers or 3,000 miles.
Wow. That must have been quite the plane ride.
Might have been. I think they were on the Oregon Trail for most of it.
Okay.
And rattlesnakes biting at them. Their axles were going on their carts and all that other...
Oh.
Typhoid.
Nothing to do with the Wright brothers then.
No. They also had... they're with their husband. Her sister's husband, I guess, I can only assume, kind of took the reins of the ponies for 33,000 miles. I'm trying to picture that, and it's unbelievable because my mind works in kilometers. But the reason why they were going in 1850, why would you go to the West Coast in the 1850s?
Surfing.
Well, that's close.
You got me confused because you said 1900 there for a minute and now 1800.
I'm mixed up now. They weren't riding surfboards.
Damn it.
They were actually going for the California Gold Rush, which ran from 1848 to 1855. You know much about it? The 49ers you might have heard of?
Yes.
So that's kind of the beginning of the gold rush in California. It actually started when a guy named James W. Marshall found gold on the American River. Not far from Sacramento.
That's right.
A little town called Coloma. I've never heard of it.
Never.
I didn't even want to bother Googling it, but... so that's what the new... Well, the shrunken Barter family, minus the folks, they were heading out there to try to get to the gold fields. 1851, they were already in Oregon. They started to, decide where they were going to go. Dick and his brother, little Richard. Not that little Richard.
He was dicking his brother.
Woo!
Dicking his brother with little Richard?
No.
You know how that sounds?
Richard and his brother decided they're in Oregon. Let's roll down to the Sacramento area, take up this gold mining expedition, And they settled on a spot called Rattlesnake Bar on the American River.
Nice.
So just a nice corner of the river, I imagine. Cobble as far as the eye could see.
Oh, yes.
Black sands just bubbling out like lava.
Love it.
It was amazing. Hell of a spot to start digging. And so that's where they decided to go.
Nice.
Richard and his brother, they toiled around for about a year in 1851. His brother must have been a lazy fuck, because after a year, he was dejected. Fruitless labor.
What?
He said, fuck it. I'm going back to Oregon. Sister's up there. Brother-in-law's there. I can't take this anymore, Richard. What are we going to do? Bon voyage, said Richard. I'm staying, right?
Right.
Richard really believed in this area called Rattlesnake Bar. He must have had some good pans and stuff. He knew there was gold there, and he proclaimed a comeback of this area.
Nice.
And then, and only then, is when he got the nickname Rattlesnake.
Right.
Because of the bar. It wasn't that he was a venom-spitting serpent. He just liked the area that was nicknamed Rattlesnake Bar. So
But he had a venom serpent, spitting serpent.
A spitting serpent. He did, for sure. But he stayed all alone on Rattlesnake Bar on the American River, down around the Sacramento area. He toiled around, until he kind of dabbled his toes, unbeknownst to him, in the life of crime. It was July of 1852 when he had his first encounter with the law. It was a general store owner spotted him around an area where some cattle seemed to have gone missing.
Oh.
You know, you've heard of cattle rustling, of course.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it seemed that this general store owner had a bit of personal grievance against Richard and threw him under the bus.
Oh.
And back then, forensic files wasn't quite rolling then, and they didn't have DNA, mouth swabs. So they took his word for it, and they grabbed Richard Barter, locked him up.
Oh, man.
He was later tried. Thankfully, they had a court.
Yeah.
And he was acquitted. Because this general store owner was full of shit, and Richard simply didn't steal these horses or cattle, whatever they were.
Right.
But Richard Barter, the man, the name, was starting to get a little tarnish on it. It had a stigma. And then again, later on that same year, 1852, a Mormon fellow this time spotted Richard in a mule corral where his mule's gone missing. Again, he woes to the law, and they throw poor Richard under the bus for stealing a mule. So that's twice in a year he's been accused. This time, he was arrested, tried again, and sent to 2 years in Folsom State Prison.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The funny thing for us is within those 2 years, he was still in there, but finally, before he was let loose, they actually found the mule thief from that time and sentenced him, and Richard was then released. Oops!
Wow.
2 times in a year, Richard Barter classified as a thief.
Right.
His name was finished.
Even though he was acquitted and then released because they found the right guy, this guy's still a thieving prick.
It don't matter.
That's
Once
crazy.
your name's
it's horrible.
Tapped into the telegraph or whatever, you're finished.
Yeah.
So Richard Barter, wandering around Rattlesnake Bar, kicking rocks, didn't know what to do. I got to change my name.
Right.
Richard Barter? I'm going to go by Dick Woods now, he decided.
Dick Woods.
And moved to Shasta County, some 200 miles straight north of Sacramento.
Wow.
Here, he came upon an area called French Gulch. I don't know if this had something to do with his ties to Quebec.
Right.
Or it was just convenient and full of gold. He stayed there and prospected for another 3 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
3 years. Hey, it's not bad.
I mean, you're obviously finding something. Who's digging holes for 3 years and not finding shit?
Yeah. No
Definitely
kidding.
not Rattlesnake Dick.
Not this guy.
So, it was during these 3 years he continued to mine, and he kind of ran into another miner who he'd met before. And this other miner said, "You're not Dick Woods. You're Richard Barter. You're that horse thief.
Oh, shit.
From Sacramento."
Oh, no.
Yeah, guilty as claimed.
Yeah.
Eh? He knew he was finished, and he was brooding. He couldn't be anywhere. His face, a strapping, handsome, strong man, Richard was.
Wow.
He was recognizable, and Dick Bard, Richard Barter, Rattlesnake Dick, Dick Woods, it don't matter. He's the same guy. He was cloaked with this horse thieving moniker.
He's still a dick.
Total dick, no matter what he changed his name to. But in 1856, he just got tired of this, having a bad name, and he said, fuck it. He decided to start a new career, something with big aspirations. He wanted to become a road agent.
Oh?
You know what a road agent is?
Not back then. I know what one would be now.
What is one now?
Like an agent for somebody who's like traveling around, touring. If you're in a band or say a comedy act or something. Am I wrong? I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like a lot lizard or something, but.
Oh well, that. Jeez, can we say that?
Anyway, a road agent back in 1856 was essentially a bandit who like lurked along stagecoach routes.
Okay.
And would jump out and rob people.
Why didn't you just say bandit?
Well, road agent sounds cool. It does have a feel of music or something.
It's like something you'd take in college.
But he thought, hey, I'm already a scumbag, according to everyone else. I might as well become a road agent. And in 1856, he decided to jump in front of somebody on the stagecoach line and stick his revolver in his face and relieve the man of $400.
Wow.
And I did a bit of research, believe it or not. $400 in 1856. Today, take a guess what that's worth.
It's got to be thousands, in the thousands.
13,000 plus.
Oh.
That he took off this man easily.
Wow.
So he now had one successful robbery under his belt. He said, what if I had a gang? What if there was like 5 of us? Could we do this 5 times as many times as I did last week?
Wow.
And make 5 times the money? So he started dredging along the dregs of society, and he found like some of the worst dudes in California history. Some real scumbags.
Nice.
Let me tell you about his gang of 5 other dudes. His second lieutenant, his best buddy, George Skinner. He was kind of the second-hand man. He would take care of things, especially when Dick was busy doing other crimes and schemes.
Yeah.
He could rely on George. George's brother, Cyrus Skinner, was also in the gang. Younger brother. The fourth was a fast-drawn Texan, Bill Carter. What a name. Sounds like a basketball player.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. The fifth, a big, husky guy. A horse thief, of course. They needed one of those. A good rider. Adolph Newton.
What the hell kind of name?
This is 80 years before the name Adolf actually went out of style.
That's obviously.
Yeah. But he went, maybe thinking about Mr. Hitler himself, I'm going to go by Big Dolph, just so nobody gets me confused.
That's crazy.
Big Dolph.
Can you imagine? You have a brand new baby, whatever. You're like, oh, so beautiful. Look, he looks like an Adolf.
Big Dolph.
Big Dolph.
Oh, God. You know, that's all I could picture. And rounding out the gang was an Italian man.
Ah, here we go.
Listen to this name. Nicorona Romero.
Oh, a wrestler.
He does sound like Razor Ramon's cousin.
Totally.
Or the next strain of coronavirus. I have no idea.
That's coming on the next episode.
So they have this gang of cutthroats assembled. Total assholes. Take no shit from anybody. And at one point, they were actually being pursued by 3 separate California counties that hunted them down for 3 years. Oh. That was Placer County, El Dorado County, and Amador County.
Wow.
So, I mean, there's a few guys on ponies looking for this gang.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, you got 6 dudes rolling around heavy. You know, you know what you're looking for.
Absolutely.
So the gang was simply getting too close to the law, and Rattlesnake Dick knew this, so he wasn't an idiot.
Right.
He knew we gotta move.
Yeah.
We can't stick around this area.
Can't stick around.
We gotta roll. So they went back to Shasta County and set up operations there. You know, staking out stagecoach lines, you know, keeping their ear to the ground. Then one day they kind of heard from a ragtag miner that there was a gold-rich stagecoach coming soon. A Wells Fargo.
Big time.
You heard of them.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Wells Fargo rolled around there with like a modern-day armored car, right?
Yeah.
Carrying gold, guards.
Muzzle loaders.
Everything. They had a lot of 45s back then, too.
Right, yeah.
So Dick heard about this Wells Fargo stagecoach that was due to come any day now, and he immediately began plotting a holdup.
Yes.
He's like, this is what we're going to do, boys. There's 5 of us. It was so easy for me to get that $400 last week.
Oh, it'll be a cinch.
Let's set her up. So they planned to rob this Wells Fargo mule train. It was like a grueling part of the trail between Wairika and Shasta.
Okay, yeah.
I guess it's in the Trinity Mountains kind of area. I don't really know the area too well, but the gang did, and they found a nice spot, a level spot they could see for a while and make sure they could have some time to anticipate the arrival.
Yeah.
But Richard, not being an idiot, he knew that any mule or horse that rolls with Wells Fargo at the time was branded with a special brand.
Right.
So you couldn't ride those horses without being known as, obviously you stole these from Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
So Dick said, hey, I'm going to take Cyrus, George's younger brother, leave George in charge of the other 4 dudes. We're going to go, they're all on foot here. They had to go track down a couple ponies for the Great Escape.
Right.
So they left the 4 men with George Skinner at the helm to go find a perfect spot to wait for this mule train. As
Nice.
Rattlesnake Dick and Cyrus went off on their own way to find some horses for the escape. You with me?
Mm-hmm. I am.
All right. So George Skinner, the 2nd lieutenant, found the perfect robbery site, I guess, between Iron Mountain and a place called Sugarloaf Peak.
Okay.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Whatever.
It's probably awesome.
Probably. It was a semi-level spot with ample trees for coverage.
Mm-hmm.
They had fresh water. A little river was there. They need water. It's spring in California.
Yeah.
Probably pretty warm.
I would imagine.
So the water was good. And I forgot to mention, they actually also hired a little Mexican guy to join the gang. So he was with George and the boys waiting.
Nice. So there's 6 in total now.
There's 6 in total.
Nice.
The 2, Dick and Cyrus, are off looking for horses. There's 4 dudes waiting for the mule train.
Wonderful.
So they sat and waited. And they waited. They waited for Dick, Rattlesnake himself, and Cyrus to come back with the ponies. They need them.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? This mule train comes, and we're on foot.
Yeah.
But Dick and Cyrus just never showed up. It was getting concerning to George Skinner, the 2nd in command there. Where's boss? Where's my brother?
Yeah.
This train could come at any time, and we're not ready. So he sent a couple of guys to look for him.
Uh-oh.
To no avail.
Right.
Boys came back.
Oh, at least they came back.
Couldn't find him. So they waited. They spent another night. Noon the next day, George is looking off into the horizon. Plume of dust.
Uh-oh.
From the dust is the mule train.
Oh, no.
It's Wells Fargo rolling heavy.
Yeah.
4 mules driven by 2 mule skinners. I guess those...
Right, yeah.
Come on! Flanked by 4 armed guards on horses.
Oh,
This is no shit, right?
shit.
This is like an armored vehicle.
Yeah.
And you got these 4 schmucks on foot waiting.
Ah.
Without their leader.
Yeah.
Right? They're
That's
still
right.
waiting.
They only have a 2nd lieutenant.
I don't know the details, but George and his 4 guys jumped in front of this mule car, stopped it, pulled everyone off,
What?
didn't fire a single shot, secured the gold load, 400 pounds of gold, I might add,
Holy
$80,000 at the time, without a hitch. I don't know if the boys were busy packing their pipe instead of armed with their rifles,
Wow.
but they lost it all.
Oh.
And so the 4 outlaws now had 6 captives.
Yeah.
So immediately tied them all up,
Yeah.
secured the gold. They have 400 pounds of gold piled up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they stampeded away the mules and the horses. Because again, they didn't want them anywhere near them.
Of course.
Because they're branded.
Yeah.
Boom. So they sit there and wait.
Shit.
They said, well, Cyrus and Rattlesnake Dick got to be coming back eventually. Now we're here.
Yeah.
We got 6 captives. We got no horses. We got 400 pounds of gold.
Holy shit.
So like I said, they tied these guys up. And they got ready for bed. Like, we better just sleep it off. Wait for the morning. Hopefully Rattlesnake and Cyrus get back by that point. And we decide. Rattlesnake's the man. He needs to decide what we're going to do next, right?
Fearless leader.
So, George Skinner, the second lieutenant, puts this newfound Mexican man in charge of night watch.
Okay.
Keep an eye on these 6 dudes. You know, they're trained guards here, so keep an eye on these guys overnight.
That's right.
You're going to catch a wink here. Next morning, George wakes up, stretches, scratches his ass, puts his cowboy boots back on, looks around. Nothing but rope. The 6 captives slipped their restraints during the night and were gone.
Oh.
Skinner's wild at this point.
Yeah, that's
screaming at the Mexican who's just waking up from his tequila slumber.
Oh no.
Oh, what happened? What the fuck, man? You fell asleep. You foiled your only job you had to do with the gang. Welcome to the gang, right?
Yeah, crazy.
So they got in an argument. Yeah. George Skinner was losing it. He's the man. He's screaming at this new Mexican man they had. Who they wanted him in the gang, but you already messed up, kid.
Yeah.
The Mexican wasn't taking any shit. He had to have been a tough dude, too.
Right.
You know, to join this outlaw gang, you had to be a thick-skinned, tough dude.
Oh, yeah.
So he goes for his knife.
Oh, shit.
To attack George Skinner.
Yeah.
Skinner pulls out his piece, a .44 caliber, and dumped 3 slugs in this guy's forehead before he could even get close to him with the knife.
Holy shit.
Mexican gone. Bye-bye.
Shit.
He gone.
And then there were 5. Wow.
Yeah. By the time Rigger hit that Mexican corpse, the boys were like, we got to roll here.
Yeah.
These captives are gone. Probably heading back to Shasta City. And you know they're going to be telling their bosses. And there's going to be a Wells Fargo posse coming any minute now.
Yeah.
And we still don't have our leader. Where's Rattlesnake? Where's Cyrus?
Where's that dick? And
what are we going to do with this 400 pounds of gold?
Shit.
So George, he's thinking, he's scheming, he's trying to roll with the punches here, and he decides, all right, split this gold in half, 200 pounds, 200 pounds. There's 4 of us. Let's split that 200 pounds into 50-pound increments.
Yeah.
We'll all carry 50 pounds. George then drug the other 200 pounds into the Trinity Mountains alone. Nobody could come with him. I'm going alone. This is Rattlesnake's portion, his $40,000.
Yeah.
And like 200 pounds of gold.
Wow.
Is fucking amazing. So he went and hid it somewhere alone. Couldn't have went too far, right?
Yeah, 200 pounds.
But the fact he returned to the crew with no gold, it's hidden somewhere. And again, he refused to tell anyone where the loot was.
Yeah.
He just said it was in the Trinity Mountains.
Wow. So
the boys started off on foot, 50 pounds of gold each.
Oof.
And it didn't take long. They came across, I guess, a corral or an open field or something with some horses. Boom, they stole them immediately.
Of course, yeah.
They had to have them.
Yeah.
And they knew traveling on foot was no longer safe. The Fargo posse would be coming any day now, right?
Oh, yeah.
So they're riding.
Wow, that sounds nice. Probably weren't screaming then.
Probably not. They're trying to keep cool. But they got thirsty.
Yeah.
And they decided to take a break in a small cave or something. It wasn't far from a small community, a settlement at the time known as Folsom.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not the prison. It might be the location of it now, but they stopped at a settlement called Folsom, ditched the gold in the cave, their 200 pounds.
Yeah.
And they went into the pub, the Jack's Phillips Mountaineer Tavern.
Really?
You know, I don't know what the hell happens in 1856 in a tavern in California. What do you think?
Oh, man, all kinds of shit. Women, I'm sure. Fighting, shooting, like, just...
Ample whiskey.
A good time, really.
Probably a good time in 2022 as it was back then.
They'd have to wear masks now, but still.
They might have had their kerchiefs on. Who knows? I only assume they did. So the next morning, the boys wake up in the cave. Holy shit, head pounding.
Oh, yeah.
Probably chasing women out, I imagine.
Probably.
Get out of here! Goddamn, throwing gold dust at them or whatever they had, right? But still no Dick.
Yeah.
Rattlesnake's missing. Still no Cyrus. George Skinner's brother. They have no idea what's going on.
Crazy.
This is when George decides, I gotta go myself and look for the guys. Because he sent those other two back on foot looking for him. But now we got horses. Right. Let's posse up.
Right.
4 of us will ride right into Auburn and find these guys.
Dick must have told them which way he was headed then. Like...
Yeah, I guess if you're on foot, you watched them walk away for half a day. You kind of had the general idea where it's going because they did strategically find that spot.
Yeah,
nice level spot. I assume a plateau. They could see the mule train coming.
Yeah,
probably watched Dick walk away.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
So they did probably know the general area, and George Skinner thought it was Auburn.
Okay.
So they're riding to Auburn, and I don't know if they saw the city lights of Auburn or whatever. It might have been in the distance.
The candles glowing in the distance.
But they're apparently 12 miles outside of Auburn when George and his boys came across the Wells Fargo posse riding straight at them.
Holy.
Yeah. And who's at the front of this posse? A detective, Jack Barkley.
Wow.
Well known in the area. I mean, you don't hear about him much anymore.
Right.
I mean, believe it or not, up here in British Columbia, we don't talk about a guy who's been dead for 125 years. But
that's bizarre.
A detective from Wells Fargo, a mean dude, led the posse.
Yeah.
They're riding straight at George Skinner and his boys.
Oh, man.
They got close. Who was the first to flee from Skinner's crew, you think? There's Big Dolph. There's Bill Carter, the Texan.
Yeah.
There's the Italian Stallion.
Yeah.
And George himself.
I think George fled.
Absolutely not.
No.
The goddamn Italian finished the spaghetti, jumped off his horse, and took off running towards the American River.
Wow.
He didn't even get there. Whack. Wells Fargo posse ripped a rifle, caught him in the back.
Oh, man.
Didn't kill him.
Shitty day.
Didn't kill him. Knocked him down. He drug his ass into some underbrush near the river. Waited.
Yeah.
Sore, probably. Fangula. Fucking real sore, right?
Yeah.
44 caliber through his shoulder. Ow. He laid there, hid for a little while, till he thought it was an opportune time. He tried swimming across the river. Yeah, he didn't even get halfway across. The boys rolled their horses in, grabbed him, pulled him out, cuffed him, threw him on the beach, right? So next, the posse rode up to the Texan Bill Carter and Big Dolph Newton.
Yeah.
And they immediately surrendered.
That's it.
We're good.
That's it.
So
holy shit.
3 of the 4 had given up or was already shot. Not George Skinner. He immediately pulls his pistol, eh?
Right.
He's good with it. He already put down the Mexican in a heartbeat.
That's right. 3 slugs, that's right.
He whips it out, and he doesn't hesitate. He puts a bullet in the fucking forehead of Detective Jack Barkley.
Wow.
He goes down.
Out. Loving it.
No, I'm wrong. George Skinner got the bullet. He pulled out his gun, thinking he's tough, thinking he's battling a Mexican.
Right. Jack
Barkley said, I ain't no Mexican.
And boom, put it into him.
Drops him. So that's, the gang's done, right?
Yeah.
Boom. George Skinner's writhing on the ground, dying.
Yeah.
And with him, what else is dying?
Oh, the secret of where the 200 pounds of gold are.
Nobody else knew. But George Skinner, who's now got a gaping hole in his forehead, finished.
Oh.
So, 3 guys were arrested, right?
Yeah.
Newton, Big Dolph,
and
Romero, nursing the hole in his shoulder. They got 10 years in the penitentiary.
At least they know where their gold is.
Bill Carter, the other guy, snitched.
What?
and he's told the Wells Fargo guys where the 200 pounds were in the cave.
The hell?
Right? So he led them to the cave. Here's your 200 pounds. They're like, well, that isn't all of it. But he's like, this is all I know. And then he was let off.
Wow,
Yeah.
really?
For snitching, Bill Carter was released after leading officials to the $40,000 in the cave.
Whew. Unbelievable.
But where's Rattlesnake Bill?
Yeah, where is this guy?
Where's Cyrus Skinner? They had nothing to do with the robbery.
Yeah.
Remember that first night when they went off looking for horses?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if they were like just the worst horse thieves in history or what.
Right.
But they were picked up and arrested the first night inside of a corral trying to steal a horse for the robbery.
Oh my God.
They were detained in Auburn, so George kind of knew where they were going.
Yeah.
And they were both set to face trial for the horse thieves.
What did they do to horse thieves back then? They hang them?
I imagine. I don't know.
10 years for robbing Wells Fargo, but you steal someone's dog, you're getting hung.
That's right.
Wow.
So they're about to face trial, old Rattlesnake Dick and Cyrus Skinner.
Yeah.
But they escaped. You know, I don't know who ran these prisons. Probably another Mexican who'd fall asleep during the night, and these guys just left, right? But Cyrus Skinner, he wasn't as wily as Rattlesnake. Cyrus was nabbed within a few days, taken back to prison. But Rattlesnake, however, he got away. And, you know, what would a guy like Rattlesnake do, freshly escaped again from prison? What do you think he did?
Changed his name and moved to another small town.
Nah. Oh, he just started another evil gang and ran amok in California for another 2 years.
Another bucket of dicks.
Another bucket of dicks.
Wow, here we go.
And I can only assume he accosted more people, sticking revolvers in people's faces, relieving them of all their gold, cash, whatever.
Shit.
And this leads us to another day, an actual date in history.
Okay.
July 11th, 1859.
Nice.
8:30 p.m.
Oh, a time, too.
A time.
Holy.
Sheriff George Martin, he's sitting in his house, his little shack there, probably puffing on his pipe, you know, ready to relax.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. His door, someone's pounding on his door, screaming. He recognizes the voice. It's his neighbor. Sheriff Martin, I just saw a Rattlesnake Dick and a companion heading due north out of town.
Oh.
It's Rattlesnake.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. Sheriff Martin throws back on his pants, puts his top hat on, makes sure he's got fucking 6 in the revolver. He goes out, grabs 2 deputies in town, a Deputy Johnson and a Deputy Crutcher. And the trio is off at night after Rattlesnake and his companion. They're chasing him full on. Pony's hair, ears are back.
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't see the dust. It was too dark, all right?
Oh, no.
Didn't take long. These 3 dudes riding hard. They caught up. They got within sight of Rattlesnake and his companion. They closed in.
Yeah.
Cornered him.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You never corner a rattlesnake.
We'll see what happens here. If this rattlesnake had the bite and the venom.
I hope so.
They had him cornered. Deputy Johnson. Rattlesnake! Hands up! Off your horse!
Yeah.
What's Dirty Dick do in a situation like that?
What is he? I don't know.
He's not going to go easy.
No, I'm on edge here.
He came up blazing.
Did he?
Oh, fuck. Turned around.
Boom.
Whips out his 44. His first shot, he hit Deputy Johnson's rein of his horse.
Yeah.
Severed the rein, all the while mangling his hand. He went off. Wow. Deputy Johnson's on the ground. His hand's in ribbons, right?
Yeah.
And then Dick's companion also whips out. Fucking lets one go.
Yes.
His phone is marked too in the sheriff's chest.
Yes.
Sheriff Martin down.
Nice.
Deputy Johnson down, nursing his hand.
Oh.
The 3rd deputy, Crutcher, he jumped down. Holy shit, what's going on? He wanted to check on his sheriff, check on his buddy.
Yeah.
Sheriff was dead.
Oh, yeah.
There was no saving him. He got ripped open in the chest.
Shit.
Johnson screaming with his hand mangled.
Yeah.
The lawmen haven't even fired a shot yet.
Holy crap.
The outlaws, 3 guys down off their horses, they spin around and start taking off, right?
Yeah.
This is at the point Deputy Crutcher, the only able-bodied one of the 3, I can only assume puts his rifle on the back of his horse,
Yeah.
rips one.
Okay.
At this same point, Johnson stands up too, muddled hand.
Yeah.
He rips one too in the direction.
Somehow, yeah.
Both men claim to have spotted Rattlesnake swaying in his saddle after they shot. Didn't drop,
Really?
just kept rolling though.
Shit.
These boys go back to town, get a posse of lawmen, probably a bit of bandage for the guy's hand or something, right?
Yeah, some peroxide.
Kicked a bit of dirt over the sheriff, and they were all night looking for
Wow.
the party that escaped, the outlaws. Searched all night, couldn't find anything.
Yeah.
It wasn't until the next morning, there's a stagecoach rolling down the route, this trail that they were all riding down,
Yeah.
when some of the passengers were, finishing their tea and their cigars. Oh, Mommy, look! There's a body out there!
Shit.
Whoa, 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 whoa! They slow down the stagecoach there and they jump out. Sure enough, it's a body. 2 holes in the chest, 1 in the head.
3 shots?
3 shots. Bizarre, right? Because again, the
Yeah.
deputies, they only got 2 off before the guys were out of sight, eh? So
Right.
the stagecoach personnel anyway gets in touch with the lawmen.
Yeah.
They roll out. Deputy Crutcher got a promotion overnight. He's now the sheriff, right?
Of course, yeah.
He's loving it. He's got the badge.
Yeah.
Probably a new gun.
Oh, yeah. Look
new
at this.
horse,
Woohoo.
whatever.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Probably got the old sheriff's horse.
Exactly.
Hand-me-downs.
He rolls over and he identifies the body as Rattlesnake.
But it was at
Yeah.
night. He didn't know. The Deputy Crutcher didn't know, right?
Nobody knew.
So how could he identify it?
This was in the morning, the next morning after
I know,
the
but he didn't
stagecoach.
see them. When the shooting was going on, it was dark, right?
Well, Rattlesnake, he had a reputation, right?
He might have had a reputation.
Few wanted posters.
Everybody had a mustache and a hat back then, though, right?
Yeah.
So what if it... Because this is my theory. I think, because there's 3 shots, I think Rattlesnake shot his companion. I think his companion was the one who was shot, and then he shot him a 3rd time.
Well, not according to lure.
Fuck.
It was Rattlesnake Dick, dead.
Done.
2 shots through the chest from the deputies,
Yeah.
and a 3rd that can only be explained as being self-inflicted. So he probably rode all night, a couple holes in him,
Yeah.
not feeling too great.
And just...
He rode and rode and rode, tuckered out, probably sat down,
Yeah.
and did it, eh? Did the unthinkable.
Well, there's that. Yeah.
They rooted through his personal belongings. No gold, no money on Rattlesnake Dick at all.
Yeah.
He had 0.
Nothing.
No.
Shit.
It turned out old Dick got the final laugh in a dick move, and he, with having no money and no family around, he actually had the county pay for his burial. In one final defiant act.
Absolutely.
Fuck you to the county and the law.
I love this man.
And that's Rattlesnake Dick.
Sweet.
The $40,000 in gold today is in the $3 million plus
Oh,
dollars
man.
of
It's
gold.
worth looking for.
It's missing. There's been, murmurs over the years that somehow he got up across the Canadian border and buried the gold at Leechtown on Vancouver Island. You ever heard of Leechtown?
I've heard of Leechtown. Yeah. I've been
You
there.
ever been there?
Been there.
What's it like?
Old mining town. There's water, big trees. It's on the south coast of Vancouver Island, so it's pretty wet. It's pretty cool, though. Yeah.
From a bit of research, Leechtown sounds like a cool spot. It's a ghost town now.
Yeah, that's right.
They found gold there on the Leech River, conveniently named after Mr. Leech, who found the gold on the river.
Hey, look what I found.
I want Punk Rock Panning to be a town eventually.
One day it will be, I'm sure.
But he found gold in 1864.
Yeah.
So this is already 5 years after
That's
the
right.
death of Rattlesnake Barter.
Yeah.
So at the end, the gold isn't in Leechtown.
No.
The gold is in the Trinity Mountains by Sugarloaf Peak, wherever the hell this is. And this dream of the Leechtown gold rush starting from this lost booty is just it's a fable.
Yeah. I've lived on Vancouver Island for long. There's gold everywhere on there, so.
And certainly not a pile of gold apparently buried in a rubber boot 3 inches from the ground, from the top of the soil. It's all been written about in lore fashion.
Yeah, of course.
You'll find totem poles out there, but you won't find Dick Barter's gold.
No, absolutely not.
Rattlesnake Dick Barter.
There it is, everyone.
Murder Gold Mysteries. Woo! We hit all 3. We got the murder.
We got the gold.
And the mystery. See you next time.
Next time.